Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. So here we are, folks, with some pretty intriguing rumors swirling around the league. And for us Giants fans, this could be a game changer. Rumors are swirling that the Tennessee Titans, who are currently struggling at 2-6 and sitting on a very shaky offense averaging just 17 points per game, are planning a significant move before the upcoming trade deadline. And the buzz is about Calvin Ridley, the talented wide receiver who's been making waves in the NFL, potentially heading to the Giants. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ridley in blue and white? Yeah, it's a serious possibility, and the implications are huge. Let's break down what's happening here. The Titans, who are clearly in a tough spot, they've got an offense that's been stagnant, and their defense is leaking points at an alarming rate, giving up around 28 points per game. Their attack has been hampered by inconsistent quarterback play and a lack of explosive weapons, which is where Ridley comes into play. The team is reportedly eyeing a third-round pick in the 2026 draft in exchange for Ridley, aiming to free up around $13 million in cap space. That cap relief could be used to bolster their offensive line and rebuild the trenches, which are desperately needed after a disastrous start to the season. Plus, they're trying to shed some salary to make room for future moves, especially with the trade deadline looming on November 4th. Now, it's important to understand the Titans' perspective. They're looking at Ridley as a piece to help them rebuild quickly, an asset that can add immediate firepower but also fit into their long-term plans of drafting and developing young talent. The Titans are also wary about their playoff chances. Odds are stacked against them, with some sportsbooks putting their Super Bowl odds at plus 15-0, which is pretty long. That makes them more inclined to sell off some of their veterans and draft assets, rather than push all in this year. From the Giants' side, this is a huge opportunity. With a record of 3-5 and sitting in a tough NFC East division, where every game counts, the addition of Ridley could be a major boost to their passing game. Our receiving core has been a mixed bag, with drops and inconsistency, especially with a 12% drop rate that's hampering our drive to sustain drives and convert on third down. Brian Daboll has been trying to piece together an effective offense, but the lack of a true WR2 has been a sore spot. Ridley, with his speed, route running, and proven ability to make plays down the field, could step right in as a reliable second option for Daniel Jones, providing that vertical threat we've missed since the days of Odell Beckham Jr. And speaking of Ridley, let's take a moment to appreciate what he's brought to the table. At 30 years old, he's got a solid career resume with nearly 900 receiving yards and 36 touchdowns, despite some injury setbacks and a suspension in 2022. In 2025, he's been productive up to this point, with 45 catches for 612 yards and 4 touchdowns. His yards per reception stand at an impressive 13.6, and his EPA per target is plus 0.48, which shows he's effective every time he's called upon. His YAC, yards after catch, is also among the top in the league, with 182 yards so far this season, making him a real weapon on third down. His combination of speed, which he displayed with a blazing 43-second 40-yard dash and route precision, averaging just 2 yards per route run over his career, make him a perfect fit for the modern NFL offense. What makes Ridley even more appealing is his ability to stretch the field. In 2024, he surpassed 0 yards receiving, adding 8 touchdowns, showing he can be a true game changer. His health has been solid in 2025 after a recovery from previous injuries, and he's been a consistent threat, highlighted by a 9-catch, 128-yard performance against the Patriots in Week 8. His separation ability, about 3.2 yards cushion, allows him to be a third-down machine, converting around 45% of his targets, which is a significant upgrade for our offense. In terms of style, Ridley's speed and route running make him a perfect complement to our existing weapons, especially when you consider how he can open up the field for Saquon Barkley and our tight ends. Now, let's talk about the strategic reasoning behind this potential trade. The Titans are in a rebuild mode. They have roughly $9 million in cap space and are not contenders this year. Their Super Bowl odds are pretty long, And with a young quarterback like Will Levis, who's shown flashes but also thrown 5 interceptions, they're looking to build for the future. Trading Ridley would not only free up cap space but also net them valuable draft picks, similar to the Julio Jones trade back in 2021, that can be used to pick up promising young players or additional draft capital. For us Giants fans, this move could be a massive upgrade. Adding Ridley as our WR2 would give Daniel Jones a much-needed reliable target, especially on third down. His speed and route running would help us extend drives, and his ability to gain yards after the catch could turn some of those shorter passes into big plays. Right now, our current receivers are struggling with consistency. 2 of them are on IR with hamstring injuries, and others are underperforming or dropping passes. Ridley's arrival could help stabilize that position and lift the entire offense. Looking at the numbers, Ridley could easily surpass 0 yards receiving in our offense, just as he's done before. His average yards per reception, around 13. 6 yards would be a significant boost over our current group, which averages less than 9 yards per catch. His presence would also force defenses to respect our vertical game more, creating more opportunities for Saquon Barkley in the run game and deep shots to other receivers. Plus, his ability to create separation on third down, where he converts nearly half of his opportunities, would be a huge asset for Brian Daboll's offensive scheme. And let's not forget how this could impact our playoff hopes. With the Giants holding +12, 0 odds to win Super Bowl LXI, adding a player like Ridley would increase our chances, possibly bringing those odds down to around +80, as defenses would have to account for his vertical threat. His ability to change the complexion of games, especially in close contests, could give us that extra edge needed to finally break through and make a deep playoff run. His presence could also help us in tight games, increasing our win probability by around 10%, based on recent stats, especially against NFC East rivals like the Eagles, who are currently giving up 26 points a game. This is a bold move, but one that could pay huge dividends. It's a bit of a gamble for the Titans, but for the Giants, it's an opportunity to elevate our offense to a new level. Ridley's skill set aligns perfectly with what we've been missing: speed, route running, and the ability to make big plays when it counts most. Imagine a deep ball from Jones to Ridley, and suddenly the defense is on their heels. That's the kind of shot in the arm our offense needs to turn the tide and push us into serious playoff contention. In conclusion, this trade idea, if it materializes, is a visionary move by the Giants' front office. It signals a clear intent to upgrade our aerial attack and push for a Super Bowl run. The Titans, meanwhile, are playing the long game, aiming to rebuild with draft picks and cap flexibility. Ridley as part of our offense? It's like giving Daniel Jones and Brian Daboll a rocket boost, fueling our offense with explosive potential. It's an exciting time to be a Giants fan, and if this trade goes down, we're all going to be talking about how it set the stage for a new era of success. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Ridley would be the perfect fit for our offense? Would you trade a third-round pick in 2026 for a player who could be our WR2 for years to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants as we look ahead to the rest of the season. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest news on the Giants and the NFL. We're on the verge of something special, and with a move like this, the sky's the limit for Big Blue.